Cozy Game panel last. They also have Riverbank coming out, which looks very cute. So 10 out of 10. My name is Abby, and I will be your moderator for this panel. And with me, I have some really, really awesome people that make really, really awesome drinks. Would you like to introduce yourselves and your companies and drinks that you make?
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Powerful mic. My name's Broadway. I'm with Monk's Meadery. I am the and we make the official meat of Dragon Con, Dragon's Nectar.
I'm the owner of Monk's Meadery.
Oh, my new friend. He's my new friend.
And my name is Winston. And I'm so excited to see everyone here today.
So hi everybody, my name is Ruby Talon Hayes. Some of you may recognize me, you're not losing your minds. I did used to sing here with a band called Pandora Celtica. I own Dryad Tea, we are in the vendor hall, and thank you for inviting me.
So let me start with what drew you to your various brewings. Like, why was that? Like, why did you choose mead? Why did you choose tea?
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Go.
So once upon a time, no really, when I sang with Pandora Celtica, we would drive here from Denver, and that's not necessarily financially the smartest decision sometimes when it's 5 people who are taking a vacation. So having our band, we had to have personal product to kind of add on to CD sales, t-shirt sales. Mine was tea. I've always loved tea. I was like, what would it be like if I had a tea for each of the members of the band? And that's how the tea company started back in 2012.
Wow.
Pretty cool story. I started making mead in the year 2000. When I moved to the state of Georgia, the highest alcohol you could buy was 6%.
Ridiculous.
And totally ridiculous. And I'm fresh out of college, and my roommates and I decided we wanted stronger beer, and we didn't have jobs, and so we thought we could
It's a need. There's a need.
maximize the
Yeah.
amount of time that we could stay unemployed if we could reduce our overall expenses. So we planted a garden and then started making beer. In the back of every beer brewing book, there's a chapter on mead, and we had never tried commercial mead before. So we went out and we made it the same way that we made the beer, right? So you basically ferment it, and you actually add sugar to it
Yes,
in
honey.
order for it to re-ferment in a bottle to make it carbonated.
Made from honey.
And that is how we made essentially our flagship, which is Monk's Mead. And that recipe really hasn't changed too much in the last 25 years. And then over time, seeing kind of what's going on in the beer craft world, I thought there'd be a fun opportunity to expand our lineup, and slowly but surely have created a wide list of different ones. And we actually find lots of inspiration from tea. So a lot of my first flavors were derived from tea, Teach Into the Choir, which is a peach tea session mead. Anyway, so that's how I got into this. A series of bad decisions, and now I'm here.
Sounds about right.
Do you have anything to add, Broadway?
I just love mead, and I'm a big nerd. So I first had Monk's Mead when I was at the Georgia Renaissance Festival, and did
Yes!
not know. Woo!
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 Fist! Huzzah!
Huzzah! And
Yeah.
so, I love the enthusiasm, yes. And so
No, I have not
I
been
didn't know it was
drinking.
Monk's Mead at the time, but was very, very happy to discover that it was a local meadery, and then I quickly ran over and found the brick and mortar destination. I was like, this is so cool. There's a tap room, 12 meads on tap, and then I started working for Monk's Meadery. I had a
Woohoo!
lot of fun with it.
Great. So similarly, because of the like nerdy inspirations that you both have in your products, where did that come from? Why are y'all nerds?
That's pretty generic.
Someone why you're a
I
nerd.
don't think it's
Whoa.
time for the panel to answer that question.
Yeah, valid.
So it all started when I was born. No, I'm kidding.
Let's start at the beginning. Yes.
Sesame
I
Street.
mean,
Maybe. I was very, very lucky, am very lucky to have parents who, no matter what crazy thing I decided I wanted to do with my life, they were like, I'm giving you the side eye, but okay, like I'm behind you, let's see where this goes. And so you know, kind of being a little bit of like the outcast in school. I'm sure no one here knows what that feels like. And then having folks that were like, no, it's okay, I promise, it gets better. That gave me kind of like the comfort support, you know, like that base. And then being in the band where we were a bunch of basically fairies who sang on stage
Apropos.
at DragonCon, Renaissance Festival, stuff like that. And then having people be like, holy shit, you make teas that are the coolest thing ever. If there's kids, I'm so sorry, I swear like a sailor. And having, you know, again, that bolstering support. It gave me the confidence to not be afraid to just kind of be like, hey y'all, I make teas inspired by music, mythology, works of literary art, and general geekery, and I play D&D.
Hey.
My fascination is just anything alcohol.
Yeah.
The history and lore that come with it, right? And so
Yes.
the word honeymoon, right, comes from mead, and so I was just drawn to this. I've been known to deconstruct different liqueurs to try and recreate some of those flavors into meads, perhaps. And so it's the alchemy, it's the
Interesting.
food science, it's all of those things that to me are so important. I love food, I love drink, maybe too much drink, but whatever.
Not enough.
And anyway, so I thought, hey, can I make a business out of this? This would be a lot of fun, and it puts you in front of a bunch of interesting people, and I love it. So that's how I found myself at Broadway.
Yes. For me, why am I a nerd? That's such a great question. And I feel like I could give an answer that would make me super emotional. But long story short, I think Halloween, like when I was younger, is what really like ramped it up for me. And just, I remember asking my mom when I was like 8 if I could get this. My sister was always like a fairy or a princess, and I was like, I want to be a skull and like pump this thing that, you know, drips blood down the chest. And it's such an unapologetic community, and I think that's the best way to live. And everyone is super brave and courageous, and getting to be involved, like whether it's DragonCon or the Renfest or Halloween, I think it's just such a fun experience, just getting to express yourself and find everyone's little like niche interests, and I just think it's the coolest thing ever. I love being a nerd.
Nerds rule.
Yeah, nerds do rule. I think it was Mary Elizabeth Glenn made a joke about, the meek will inherit the earth. No, the geeks.
No, the
inherit
geeks will.
earth.
Yeah.
Ruby, you touched on this a little bit, talking about the things that inspire your teas, but this question does go for all three of you, which is when you are creating a product that is inspired by mythology or D&D, or even your friends, where do you begin?
So I used to joke that I'd just go up to them and smell. And then that got really creepy.
I don't know who wants to have a tea based off of them. and is
Off
open
your
to getting
odor?
sniffed.
No.
But there's also a thing, I don't know, you probably have heard of it, it's called synesthesia.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
where
yeah.
you have one sense that kind of gets crossed with another one. I'm blessed, cursed, with a type of synesthesia that I can have something described to me, and my brain goes, in flavors, that would be X, Y, and Z.
That's a superpower.
It's really interesting in the worst ways sometimes, but we go for the positive. I have a tea inspired by the Savior Blade of the Tempest, Horum from Critical Role, which was kind of my first step into doing an actual, like, ooh, I could get in trouble for this. But it's like a blueberry lemon green tea, because he's very calm, he's very sweet, you know, it's one of those like comfort things. I don't know, it's cozy. I'm getting goosebumps, that's weird.
It's a little chilly.
But it's kind of like that. It's like an alchemy thing. If it's a song, I'll listen to the song on repeat to the point of where my partners, bless them, want to yeet me into moving traffic. I'll read a book. I'll talk to somebody, like an author. I work with a lot of authors, and I'll have like in-depth conversations about situations or character concepts, things like that, pictures, basically anything they can give me, even if it's like, well, on Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, they like to go to the library, and for some reason it just helps. Did that answer the question?
You can't question superpowers.
Okay, cool. I talk a lot, so sometimes I lose where I'm at.
Answered it for me.
good.
I think the question is, how do we come up with different flavors or names? And it totally depends. We did a Dragon Blaster, which was my riff on the Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster.
Yes.
And so I had read the description, and it's basically like something gold smashing through your brain with a lemon twist. And so we basically made a lemonade style mead, and then I put edible mica in there, so there was actually a glitter component to it. And so, I mean, we've gone a million different directions, but at the end of the day, what I really like is when flavors, there's a yin and a yang, so I want a sweet and a savory component. And sweet's easy to come by, right? Because our main ingredient is honey, so I can get sweet that way. Or we can use pretty much any fruit, so I can get sweet there. The fun part, the magic to what I think we make comes from that savory ingredient, whether it's lavender or lemongrass or just plain black tea, sweet tea. And so those are the fun flavors, right? Like anybody can make a cherry mead, I think. But to make a cherry mead with two other ingredients and a savory component so that it's balanced and perfect, that is what we are shooting for. And so it's totally different every time. And if you have ideas, send them on over.
I kind of think of like all of our meads and just like drinks in general as potions. So when I'm thinking about the narrative behind what I'm drinking, I'm like, okay, this is like a little blip of a story, like in my mouth. Like, what's the experience on your palate, and how does that tie into the name and what I want to do with it? And so, for example, we have a mead that's new this year at Con. If you've seen our Dragar's Tavern, Dragar's our dragon, and this bar is in the Marriott across from Pulse. And we have a mead on tap over there called Plague Doctor. And in my mind, it's kind of this, if a plague doctor was to make a margarita in their mask and shake it. So it's a margarita-inspired mead, and it has agave wine in it. There's some rosemary and rose. So if some of you, if you don't know, like a plague doctor, right, would stuff herbs into their mask, and that would mask the smell that they were smelling. And so there's orange, rose, rosemary in there, some lime, and it's really good.
It's aromatic.
Yeah.
So I was trying to remember before the panel started some of the meads I tried
Yes.
at Monk's Mead,
Yes.
and as soon as you said margarita themed mead, I was like, oh yeah, that one slaps.
Yeah.
That one's so good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
So how with when you talk about like flavor balancing especially, how much do you think like practicing cooking or something like that helps you to nail it on the first try? And on the flip side, how many times have you made something and went, oh God, no?
Nailing it on the first try?
Is she a movie?
I know the ingredients, and so like the main thing that we're balancing, right, is sweet with acid, right? So we're using lime or we're using lemon mainly to get acid flavors. We can use salt, right? So that could create balance. But those are the main two things that we're playing with. I think, of course, right, like different fruits and everything are going to give you different little things. We can get it pretty close on that first draft, and then after we make it, one of my tests that I always like to do with staff is everyone gets a 10-ounce drink, or in the production side, and so you got to drink a whole
Are
one.
you hiring?
Yeah, right?
Oh, wait.
Unofficially, and so you have to drink a whole one, and then at the end of it, you have to say, I want another one, and then we feel like we're on the right track, and we'll make little edits. After we've made a batch, we'll look at what we've done and say, hey, I think we need to up the acid, up the salt, tweak the CO2, whatever it is, in order to make it better each and every time. So we can, I think, get close, but we'll also do little minor bench trial stuff to get it right.
We use a little like soda stream to test. Just like we'll make a batch, right? And before like, we're gonna fully carbonate an entire, vat of it. we'll test it out by carbonating a small amount, because the carbonation does change the end product, the flavor, right? Of course, and the mouthfeel. So, like with Plague Doctor, the rosemary comes out way more when it's carbonated. You're getting this kind of almost like sparkly, bubbly pop of herbs. Whereas before the carbonation, it's obviously it's there, but it's just not gonna have like this like zing, if that makes sense.
Carbonation makes them so much more bright and lively.
Yeah.
And it's CO2 is the acid that's in there that helps give you that extra little zing. And so every time people are like, why don't you make non-carbonated stuff? And I'm like, because I always make it non-carbonated, and then we carbonate it, and I always like it better. So we're just gonna go with that.
Eye on the place.
It's definitely hard to sell something that you yourself don't like. But I want to tangent real fast because you were talking about the 10-ounce pour for all staff. What's your policy when your staff member says, that one's just not going to be for me?
Well, then we got to go back to the drawing board and make some tweaks.
You don't just shun the non-believer?
Well, maybe a
I would like to say somebody in the room definitely maybe didn't super love Plague Doctor initially, but
It's
him,
true.
it's done really well.
So you asked how many times we've made something that we've been like, oh hell no. More than I can count. When I started blending teas, I did not have a lot of base knowledge. So a lot of it has been learning experience this whole time. I'm now a certified tea specialist, so I do have that knowledge now, or at least some of it. All knowledge is worth having. So like, if I stop learning, I might as well just be 10 feet under. I love learning about different things like the whole CO2 thing, and I'm just like,
Carbonate tea.
you know, I'm here for that. Like, I plan on talking to you after this. We're having a conversation. But no, really, like, I have tried things and I've been like, okay, no. But then I've been like, okay, but why no? And I think that's the big thing, like going back to the drawing board. What makes this go, there's no way anybody's gonna really want this. And then how we do it is, so I actually blend by smell, and then we try it hot, and then we try it cold. So we always will try it multiple ways. And then I have a few people that actually have started like coming up with cocktails with the teas. Like I have a few teas that are good with whiskey and you know all of those, and we have a whole list. But like it goes to show you again, everything is worth trying multiple ways, because something might just blast you out of the water carbonated and be kind of like not carbonated, or in my case hot or cold.
I think there's a little bit of one man's trash can be another man's treasure. And so the final judge really is, and we finally have this luxury. So I don't have to love everything that comes out of the door. And we put it on tap, and then the customers are going to tell us whether they like it. And so that, now we don't have to throw it away and charge you for it. But truthfully, right, like that is a great learning experience for us, getting feedback from the consumer to figure out kind of what direction we need to go, right? Did we have too much habanero, not enough habanero, or whatever the ingredient is? And so we need you to come to our tap room to try the stuff we're working on so we can be better at what we do. Please.
I have a question for you. I've heard tell of a shuttle bus going to the Monk's Meadery. Can you explain about this?
Yeah.
I want to know a little more.
So we do run a shuttle back and forth from Dragon Con to our meadery. It's about a 12-minute or so route with traffic. I mean, we all know it's Atlanta. And yeah, we use this same part. It's a party bus shuttle. There's a strip pole inside of it.
Now where is it?
We love to party. But basically, we were like, it'd be so cool. We're not that far away. Like, we might as well be like, hey guys, come drink the 12 that are on tap over here, including our non-alcoholic mead as well.
Non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
We
That
are
sounds awesome.
in the process of creating a line of tarot card themed inspired non-alcoholic meads. So the moon is actually on tap this year in the Marriott at our Dragar's Tavern if you're interested. It is 0.0%. But yeah, no, the shuttle bus is a great way just to, bring awareness and especially running it on Wednesday to Sunday, and like Wednesday especially is nice, just people are still everyone's getting in, and not much to do. So having a second to do a little mead quest is kind of fun.
As nice as Wednesday is, that's 300 and something days away. Tomorrow is a great day to come too. We're open from 1 to 10. The bus starts at 1.
Yeah, 1 to 7 p.m.
It's
What would be the
completely
cost
free.
of this bus?
There's
Why
no,
wait till
it's a
Wednesday
free
next
bus
year?
for y'all to take.
Right?
So it's
Do
We
you bring us back?
yes.
I have
Some
to get
people
back.
don't return from the meeting
If we never visit again, yeah.
for good reasons. Yeah. No.
So he was talking about having everyone come to the meetery and try things.
Right.
When you don't have a brick and mortar, I use Patreon for the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So I will send out a tea every month. Disclaimer, I'm behind. Shh. But for the same reason, because I know that I don't like Lapsang Souchong based teas, which is going to be your smoky black tea. I don't do smoke. I don't want to drink a campfire. But I got folks that are like, I was here 6 months ago. What is your next Lapsang tea? I need this in a pound now. And I'm just like,
I am that person. I love Lapsang Souchong.
and I love that. I love how different people can love different things. And it's I don't know, it makes me happy. Yes.
So, oh, go ahead.
We did a festival, this is probably 10 years ago, and I used that tea, whatever.
Lapsang Souchong, yeah.
Thank you. And Hemingway drank it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think that's true. Or fact check me and let me know, so that I will never say that in a panel again. But I used it, and I made it mead with this, and I was like, this is wretched stuff. And I put it in a whiskey barrel to try and mask it, and it totally was and I had a line of people at this festival as if this was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they asked me about it. Whenever I bumped into these people, they want it again. And again, there's an example of throw it out to the public and see what they think.
Yeah, I have a Lapsang Souchong based chai that I did have somebody buy some and make a mead with.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's
It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Well, so that's actually a great segue of buying something to make your own mead with it. If someone wanted to make their own tea or mead, or beer or perhaps wine or whatever at home, what would be the starting equipment they would need for just minor batches, small batch, and what kind of sourcing do they need to be looking for?
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
So there's a couple of guys that are on TikTok that are huge, right? 5 million followers, and this guy makes meads out of mellow yellow and whoa, weird stuff, right? So at the basic level, right, mead is fermented honey, right? So when you're fermenting something, you need sugar. The yeast eats the sugar to create alcohol. If that sugar comes from apples, you're making cider. If it comes from grapes, you're making wine. If it comes from honey, you're making mead. And so you literally need honey and water. We bring our honey water solution to a boil, and the reason why we do is to sterilize that. There are yeasts and bacteria that are going to live inside of honeys. Lots of mead purists will tell you not to boil because the honey shouldn't get hot, and I'm like, hey, I just put $12,000 worth of honey in a pot. I want to make sure that no weird bug is going to make this thing taste wrong. So we boil, and so I would recommend that. And then the internet almost always tells you to use more honey than I think that you need. And what the internet wants you to do is to put so much honey in that you have the potential, the amount of sugar, to make something that would be 20 or 25 or even 30% alcohol. And that's going to be really hot, and it's not going to taste great. And I like my yeast. What happens is the yeast lives in that alcoholic solution, and it gets to a certain point, and then it's so alcoholic that the yeast dies. And I think if you're going to die, you're dying under duress, and you're not going to be in great shape, right? You're going to release some weird smells on your way out the door. So I think you're going to get some funky meads at that point. So we let our yeast die of starvation. So the yeast can get to 18% is its tolerance level, the yeast that we use. But we only put enough honey, sugar in there to let it allow it to get to 12.5%. So effectively, it's happy, and then it just runs out of food, and then it dies, and we don't get any weird off flavors. So I think that is my secret to making our meat. And now you know it. And so,
That is so
I'm going to see
fascinating.
all my competitors. The cat's out of the bag is on a video. Oh my God. What have I done?
Or expansion.
That's it.
Or they're gonna
We're
figure
gonna
out how
franchise
hard it is.
wherever he lives.
Let's do it.
You can open a franchise.
They'll figure out how hard
I
it
haven't
is, and then
franchised
they'll
yet.
start giving you their money.
Where do you
As far
source
as
the honey?
blending teas, the easiest thing to
Here's
do
where they
is
buy their
actually
honey.
just
Makes a
start in your
difference.
garden. What herbs can you grow locally? The Camellia sinensis plant, the tea plant, does not easily grow in the terroir of the United States. We are usually not high enough nor humid enough, depending on different places. Yes, there are 2 current tea plantations in the United States, tea farms. One is owned by Twinings, so good luck. The other one is tiny and doesn't produce enough for large scale. So, but you can easily make herbal tisanes very easily. Chamomile, mint, licorice root, all of those normal kitchen witch herbs. And if you really want to, you can go to the grocery store and buy them in the containers, but you can air dry or you can use a dehydrator. And then as far as blending, I like to blend per my personal taste. So there are no rules. There are rules. Don't put poison things in your tea. That's a rule.
Unless you're Mal House and the Apothecary Diaries.
But as far as percentages, there really aren't rules. If you do want to incorporate the Camellia sinensis plant into your blends, we have green tea, we have black tea, we have oolongs, we have white tea. There are a number of companies. Mountain Rose Herbs is one. They're out of Oregon. They tend to be a little pricey, but also they're out of Oregon and most of their stuff's organic. Note, if you are running a non-organic facility and you open a bag that is organic, it is officially no longer organic. Congratulations. You can no longer put organic on that. Just in case anybody ever wants to do something like that. It's a fun thing that most people don't know. And they're like, yeah, I bought this thing organic. I opened it. I'm like, cool. Is your facility USDA? No? Okay. Have fun. That's $2,500 every time they find you doing that. But yeah, and then kitchen stuff, bowls, measured cups. It's honestly not hard to do the basic stuff. It's when you get into flavor profiles, it's when you get into different blends and different oomph behind it. But yes, and YouTube University.
Yeah. You said there's no rules for ratios, and obviously that is true. Is there a starting ratio of perhaps like lavender or marigold or whatever it is you want to throw in to the Camellia
sinensis? Yeah, you were close. You were right there.
Honestly, I'm so glad you said tisane because I've always been like tisane, tisani, tisane. So glad you said that.
I find that lavender is incredibly overpowering. You do not need as much as you think you do when it comes to the actual brew itself. I tend to use very small amounts of lavender. Rose, however, is the opposite because a lot of times you got the rose flowers, not really the rest of the rose that you would get with perfumes, things like that. It tends to be incredibly weak. Mint is going to be in your face, but most people like that. So yeah, as far as a ratio, maybe 50% Camellia sinensis, and then however many herbs you are going to do makes up the other 50%. Try that, see if it's too much, see if it's too little, and kind of go from there.
What's your favorite herb?
What is my favorite herb?
And Justin, what's yours?
Yeah.
Without a doubt, hibiscus.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a bitter girl.
Every
girl.
color that we do, right, needs to be natural. So color is a big part of the whole
Yeah.
experience, right? And so if you get a flight, we serve them in these little glasses. They're graduated, so you can really kind of see the color. And color, right, is so important, right, in what you're
Yep.
drinking.
Yeah.
And think more, because I really want to know what you think the most amazing herb is. So hibiscus, for me, because it creates such a pretty color, and the color is pretty shelf stable, and the flavor is tart, so it really can help balance out my sweetness. And I can use a little bit and get some good flavor and some decent color. Or you can buy so much hibiscus and it doesn't even matter, and it just gets better. The more you have, it's the best ingredient ever. And so some herbs are not like that, right? Like you said, cinnamon, lavender for sure can go way over the top real fast. But hibiscus is fine.
I appreciate the fact that you were as much of a nerd as I am.
I was about to say, I don't think anyone's ever been more excited about hibiscus than me.
I feel validated and incredibly happy to be up here when he's like, let me just tell you about this thing. And I'm like, I'm with Pete, it's amazing. Probably mint, not because of the color, but because I can always find something with mint in it that makes me happy. I have a tea that's spearmint, peppermint, cloves, and rosemary, and it's my go-to hot or cold. Like it's called Drink Me. I mean, really. It's a threat, not a hint. I don't know. But yeah, probably because when it comes to tea, we don't always get the same color buoyancy that you get. Like we have the hibiscus, you have your butterfly key flower, which has very little flavor, but it's going to give you a blue brew. Cinnamon, really no color. Clove, really no color. You know, you get like the base color of the camellia
Rose
sinensis
petal?
more than anything else. Rose petal, no, but rose hips sometimes.
We get color from rose.
Not with teas, not as much. And I don't. Maybe it's a temperature thing.
We're using 185.
I guess
What
we'll
you
have to
got?
get together
Maybe
and
it's
do a
the
science
tea, I
project.
don't know.
It could be the tea, honestly. It could be the fact that the tea leaves themselves just too much. Right. Because I get a lot more out of my hibiscus than I do anything else.
Yeah.
And most of the time, people are going to brew it in like a white cup, anyways, or a big thing, and you don't see it. I'm not that lucky.
We gotta put it on tap, carbonated.
After this.
Robin, what's your favorite?
I thought you were gonna ask. My favorite herb is rosemary for sure. I love rosemary. Also fenugreek. Fenugreek is amazing.
What is fenugreek?
It's kind of like a licoricey type of flavor, but not so much. What's weird is that I like it, but I don't like licorice candy. Like I don't like black licorice.
It's different. It's,
You probably could describe it more better
but
than
thank
I
you for
can.
pronouncing it because I'm one of those people that reads things wrong and then I pronounce them wrong for the rest of my life. So yes, thank you so much. I don't know. I find that it tends to be a little bit. It's brighter.
Yeah.
It's not like punch you in the face, make your face burn. It's like, oh, it's like effervescent.
Yeah.
Effervescent. That's the word. No, it glows.
We did a mead. This is actually a non-alcoholic mead. We did mix it eventually with monks and get an alcoholic version of it, but it's called My Precious. And it had apple and fenugreek and rosemary in it.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's amazing.
And it's like, oh, it's so, it's golden glowing like the ring, and it's like, you know, it's so good. It's just so good. It's a good fall drink.
So,
Nerds.
So with your favorite herbs in mind, and maybe you want to shift gears with that, I'd love to do a kind of Mad Lib with the three of you in collab on a hypothetical beverage that we could create.
I love that.
So I'm gonna actually get out a die here.
Oh my god, this is amazing. A little bag in a little bag.
A little bag and a little bag.
Very good ice gone.
So based on the number I roll, we'll determine who gets to go first and set our base.
This is basically how we do this at Monks. We just roll dice and we're like, this tastes good.
Really looks just like what we do in production.
Yeah, this is our professional job.
Ruby, would you like to set the base?
I mean, sure. I know that you know what tea is like, so we're gonna do a white tea base.
Yeah.
So we made a white tea based product, and the next ingredient was peach.
Yep.
It's always good.
Classic.
I mean, are we supposed to make something that's really delicious? 'Cause
Oh.
that's where I'm
Well,
going.
yeah.
I was
rather
gonna
not
say,
vile.
I love that. However, if you've already made it, let's try something new.
Yeah, something new. That's what I was thinking too.
Uh,
That one was called Diamond of the Teason.
I was gonna say my white tea peach is forest spirit, so yeah.
white peach, tea.
Don't you have to pick a new one?
Vanilla.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
that was that.
Now we're
Cardamom.
peach lemon.
Cardamom slaps.
Okay, so we got a white tea.
Yeah.
What are we doing with the white tea?
Well, now I'm gonna change gears and we're gonna use.
Pear?
Hibiscus?
No, the hibiscus would overpower the white tea, so I think we gotta do something a little more
I
delicate.
think pear would be good.
I think
Pear.
quince.
Yes. Ooh.
Did you say
Quince.
quince?
Does anyone know what quince is?
Yeah.
I
know.
know.
Citrus, yeah.
You're a foodie. Quince is kind of like
Lemon.
picture of like a 50-50 of an apple and a pear.
Okay.
And it's often candied and it's delicious. It's fantastic. It's magical for sure. Okay, you're adding quince to white tea. I'm gonna come in with. I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm gonna add some lemon.
Okay, okay, okay. So we've got kind of an appley pear lemon going on with the white tea. Abby, are you gonna add to it?
I am not, because I am not a professional in this category, and I will mess it up. I might not, but
Maybe some.
So we decided hibiscus would be too overpowering. I'm trying to decide, well, it's a wait, I didn't disagree. But I'm thinking if we want to push the tart just a little bit more before we start laying anything else, just a little bit of rose hips.
So I was trying to add a little honey to sweeten it up.
No, that would be great,
Yeah.
because then you can add that kind of
I
depth
think
to
that
the.
yeah, we need a little sweetness here because when we carbonate it.
Mm-hmm, right.
It's not a carbonate. It's gonna need to get
Are you
balanced
taking
out.
notes?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get an email and maybe like, when we are meeting what is
Notes,
he-
I've got video.
Oh my God.
Video.
I'm gonna.
So I would like to add a little honey. Yeah, all right. I know what I want.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna add
Cinnamon.
some.
Cinnamon.
We all love
Cinnamon.
butterfly pea flower because it makes it cute and purple. So I'm gonna make it purple now.
I was gonna say,
No.
because it goes blue until you add citrus, like lemon juice, and then it goes purple.
We've had some interesting workarounds with
Results,
butterfly
yeah.
pea flower.
Okay,
Trying
okay.
to keep something purple is, yeah.
Because we did the Blue Dragon last year. That was our Dragon Con tea for last year was Blue Dragon's Mist, and it was blue tea until you added lemon. Because the butterfly tea.
well, we do have lemon in this ingredient list, and so with our 6 ingredients listed, which are lemon, quince, white tea, quince or quince?
Quince.
Quince, just making sure. White tea, rosehip, honey, and butterfly pea flower. I would like the 3 of you to come up with a name, and then through audience applause, we will decide the name of this beverage.
Oh my god.
Can we add a savory to balance it? Otherwise, it's going to be too much.
You get one.
We get one. I mean, I was leaning sage, but that's me.
Sweet. Now it's haunted.
Right. Okay, so we're doing sage.
Okay. Sage is added.
No.
Is it carbonated?
It will be, yes.
I
Because that's the way he wants
It's
it.
unanimous. We all decided.
Dragon
Show of hands who wants it carbonated.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Try next year's brew.
I want to try this carbonated, like I'm.
Yes,
But
definitely
now we gotta
try.
figure out names.
Mm-hmm. First thought, rapid fire.
I don't know. I gotta add my notes here. And I gotta text it to my mom. No, she's gonna do it.
The sage in there, the purple hues. I'm gonna go with.
I put this ingredient mix in the Broadway randomizer, and they then spit out the name. Go ahead.
Honey, it's haunted.
Oh, I like that.
I do be the name guru of Mugs Meter.
It's haunted.
My ADHD brain has lost a word.
Would you like to phone a friend in
Kids
the
me
audience?
once, kids me twice, kids me once again.
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
good.
I like that.
Wow, love it.
Fun, but that's adorable.
That is so
What's
good.
the thing called that you grow oranges in? Is it an orchard?
An orangery.
Orangery. Orangery? What about lemons then? Is it a lemery? Lemon?
I hope so.
Would it be an orchard at that point? Just like fruits?
A lemon orchard? I think
I
so.
think an orchard's a good umbrella term for that.
Yeah.
There's a different word for citrus, groves.
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 Okay.
Brilliant.
Let her cook.
Steep,
Okay,
steep,
so
steep,
hear me out,
steep.
we're gonna roll with this. I'm thinking like midnight, I'm thinking like seances, and I'm thinking like groves, but I gotta figure this out. Like,
Groovy groves.
seance in the midnight grove. There we go.
Nice.
Would you read that title one more time? Would you repeat that?
Seance in the midnight grove.
Perfect. Okay. So, since we have two, Justin, are you throwing in an extra one or?
No, I think
Okay, we're gonna make the
head-to-head combat.
we're gonna still once crispy twice for you then. Because we have to have three. So, we have through thunderous applause, please
Kiss me,
approve.
baby, one more time.
Honey's Haunted. Quince me once, quince me twice. And Seance in the Midnight Grove.
I was not expecting that. I actually really like yours.
I think that does go to Seance in the Midnight Grove, so that is our.
And we have samples of it right here.
So if we go back to 3113 or 3115, I don't, when they changed the number. Yeah, no, I don't have samples.
But with that, we're going to open it up to Q&A for you guys. So we have a microphone here if you would like to use it. Otherwise, you can just shout out. The room's pretty small. So I'm going to go over here first.